Hello guys, Fearmaky here. Welcome to Season 11, White Mage Meta Guide. So, I've been getting a lot of questions. Is the White Mage still good? Is it viable? Does the Season 10 build still work? And I'd like to confirm with you guys after testing and after speaking with Wooksy as well, the developer, that the build is viable, it is functional. I did this test here at hero level 200, as you can see at the top left of the screen, with a new talent build setup. The same exact gear. I did try different variations, um, and it did not yield, much better results. And the White Mage still functions the same, where you want to stack energy and mana to get the maximum amount of damage you can dish out with your Dark Oath. So pretty much going the same build as Season 10 works. There is a new change though. If you pay attention to the action bar, there is a new skill there that we're using, okay? Which is called Black Mass. And what that skill does is apply a dot over time to all cursed enemies, slowing and damaging enemies on their based on their maximum health. So, from speaking with Wooksy, he wants to change this skill even further. It has gotten buffed from the patch notes, if you guys have read them for Season 11, but he wants to change it even further. And I quote what he said: "I wanted to curse all monsters on screen and apply the dot to them. I want to increase the tick rate too." So he's looking at further increasing the damage from Black Mass and buffing it, which I think would be a good idea, because it's such a powerful talent, being the last talent on the Zealotry, that it needs to be more impactful when you proc it. Right now, it's only a small radius. It still dishes out a ton of damage, and it only lasts for a short duration. But increasing it further, increasing the tick rate and the radius of it will dish out a lot more damage for sure. Um, and if he does that, maybe even the Pendant of Eternity might come into play with it. We'll see. I doubt it though, because of the maximum mana you'll be losing. So I wouldn't risk it, because of that. And from the testing, it wasn't more damage at all anyways. Okay? But if you guys want reference to how the mage works in depth, okay, please check out the guide from Season 10. I'll put it up on the stream here right now. I'll have a link of it on the description as well that you guys can visit. If you want to know more about how the mage functions, how the spells work, etc., please visit that link. Okay? But for Season 11, this is the build here that you should be following. This is the new talent tree skills that you should be going for. And as far as for the follower, this is what we're going to be using this time around. The stacks on Enigmatic, which they changed to Mystify, and Shroud of Elements, all the debuff stacks now, the break stacks, cap out at 2 debuff stacks. So because Elemental Break and Spell Break now caps out at 2 debuff stacks only, from the testing I have done across a couple of classes here, the Elemental Break from Shroud of Elements seems a lot more potent than Spell Break from Mystify, which used to be Enigmatic. So Elemental Break increases, it's 50% increased damage from all elements. Every single element in the game, okay? Which is physical, magic, wind, cold, fire, poison, lightning. All of them are considered a element. So Elemental Break at 2 stacks increases 50% damage from all of those. And Spell Break at 2 stacks is 50% increased damage from all abilities that you cast. So depending on your class, etc., it's not that viable. From a couple of classes I've tested, I do significantly more damage with Elemental Break as opposed to Spell Break. If you actually look at the beginning of the video, I did a test. I was using the Enigmatic, and I could not break over 200 million with it, no matter what I did. And then the moment I swapped to Shroud of Elements, boom, we're 230 million. Okay? So again, to be efficient, when you zone in to a wormhole, your fourth action bar, I swap it to recovery, and I pop the mana shield, and then swap over to Dark Oath, pop the Dark Oath aura, and then swap to Black Mass. And then you have to do this while inside the wormhole. And then you go on and proceed with your rotation. Okay? That is still viable, it still works. They had plans on changing it, but it still works. It functions the same. If you watch the in-depth guide on rotations, etc., you'll see exactly what you do. But when you zone into a wormhole, that's essentially what you want to do. And the recovery in Magic Shield comes from your thinking cap. Okay? And your Dark Oath is your number one damaging ability, which comes from your talent tree, which is the aura. Alright? So with both of those on, then you cycle back to Black Mass and you go ahead and progress. Alright? Okay, so just a little bit more in-depth information on how the rotation works with the White Mage. When you use Healing Zone, because you're full health, you're going to overheal, causing Benediction, and the overhealing will empower your abilities to dish out more damage, and the first spell that you cast, your next offensive spell that you cast, will benefit from that extra damage increase. And since Chain Lightning procs whenever you heal yourself or an ally, you unleash your Chain Lightning into the nearest enemy, this will be the first spell that procs immediately off of your Benediction overflow. So you heal, Benediction stacks go up, Chain Lightning gets that extra damage. In this case here, 18% more damage, and then it just Chain Lightnings everything around you. And that's how it works. So as you can see here, I'm about to kill this level Wormhole 501 boss at hero level 200. Keep in mind that testing, as always, for all the classes that I'll do in the future, will always be at hero level 200 with max relics and max stats on the gear, meaning the gear is rolled at 115% quality. These builds are intended for end game progression, something for you to work towards. It's not something you're going to get the first week, first day of the season, second week of the season. So I do not want you to get discouraged. This information is solely to show you the potential of the class, assuming that you're committed enough to grind out and hopefully get lucky so the items can roll into 115% quality. And even if it does not roll into 115% quality, okay, one thing is guaranteed for sure. You're guaranteed to get these items no matter how many sockets or quality. That's a fact. Okay, you're guaranteed to get hero level 200. That is a fact. So once you get these base items, okay, even at the max sockets, so you can gem them with Vex runes, you will be dishing out the maximum amount of damage that the class can. And if you're able to get lucky and roll satanic dices on the gear to get into 115% quality, then your damage will go even further, reaching the potential of 230 million plus at hero level 200. The higher hero level you go, the more damage you'll deal, stacking infinitely. So this is, it can only get better from here. And even if I say, okay, well, I can't get 115% quality, that's unrealistic. Well, then get hero level 250, hero level 300, hero level 350. That is realistic. And your damage will only scale higher and higher and higher. And each piece of gear that you're fortunate enough to get to 115% quality or even 110% quality, just gets you closer to your goal to achieving the meta build, the maximum damage potential that this class and the build can dish out. And that's what it's intended to do. Okay? So as long as you keep that in mind and you have fun grinding out and playing the season and you have something to work towards, then you'll have fun. And I want all of my guides to be exactly that. It's a goal for you to work towards, so that way you don't invest millions of rubies on a incorrect piece of gear or a gear that you most likely will replace. Okay? This is not to say also that there isn't any other viable builds out there, or that there isn't any other builds that could probably even break this build as far as when it comes to damage. All right? But this build will dish out this amount of damage at this hero level with maximum quality rolled and at 200 hero level. So if you want to achieve this, this is what you do. And if you have something better, something that can do more damage, a different variation of the build, please share it with the community. Please put it in the comments below. Let us know, and we'll make a guide on it as well, and we'll put it to the test on the editor. Okay? All right, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and smash that subscribe button. And please stop by and check out the stream, okay? If you guys have anything to add, anything that you want me to test out in the future, let me know. I will be making guides for the Paladin. I know people's been asking me questions about that. I want to create a starter build for the Paladin, which will be viable for you guys. But until then, roll deep. Woo!